Hi guys. So today is just kind of a short video. It's hot as usual. Usually is around this time of the year. I'm outside, so I apologize for the tiny humans screaming in the background. Today I don't even know what to say. Started off okay. I got this necklace, this crystal necklace. If you didn't know, I'm into healing crystals. I think I might have gone into this before. This morning I got, this fox. It's a necklace. It's a fox. It is made out of rose quartz and ice onyx. So I'm gonna come back and there you go. And then on my right arm, I have 4 different bracelets. One of them isn't a crystal. There's that. And then I, as you can hear, have some on the right or the left hand too. I know I had a doctor's appointment today, and to be honest, I wasn't sure how it was gonna go. I know I was really nervous because of some of the subjects that were going to be brought up during this doctor's appointment. And it was a new doctor, because I left the old doctor for certain reasons, but I decided to go to this doctor, and I always wear my bracelets out wherever I go, just in case, but this morning I put them on immediately. I have on my right arm, I have striped amethyst, which is purple, and then I have a chakra bracelet that covers all the chakras, which I obviously won't go into. That has amethyst on it as well. Amethyst is known as it does a lot, honestly. It's one of the most well-known, most helpful crystals to have. Sorry, people on bikes just whatever. And then I have a bracelet. It's just colorful. It's not a crystal. And then I have another one, and I can't tell you what it is. Hematite, maybe? I'm not really sure. I don't remember that one. And then on my other wrist, I have another one, which honestly, I don't know the name of that either. And then I have 2 tiger eye bracelets, a yellow tiger's eye and a blue tiger's eye. And tiger's eye is known for luck, so that's always good to have. So I went into this doctor's appointment kind of with my head held high, I wanted to show, give a good impression, show that I was independent and knew what I was doing. And I think I understood that it started to go downhill when I started the paperwork, because a lot of the paperwork, it was complicated, but it went into health. And then there were 2 papers completely based on depression. And I knew I was kind of screwed because obviously, as you know, I've been really struggling with that. Well, I answered truthfully, which was hard because my mom was writing down all my answers, and I haven't even really opened up to her about it. Like, that's the thing that's hard for me, is that I haven't even opened up to her about all of it. So when she was asking me, like, and I'm sorry, trigger warning, but when she asked me, oh, how many times a week do you have suicidal thoughts, it was hard because I've never talked to her about that, but I know I had to be honest. So of course, I said almost every day. Almost. I have my good days, obviously. There was a lot of them. And then at the end of those 2 pages, it said to take up, I don't know, they were in like box forms or whatever, like they were boxes, and it said take all the boxes you have answered, add them all up, and get your score. So I did, and my score was a 19, which put me on the moderately severe depression scale. On that scale, it was moderately severe depression. Moderate severe depression. Ugh. Anyways, so I kind of knew that was going to be rough. And it kind of was. When I went back, things were fine. We took my blood pressure, which was really high. Now, keep in mind, I've always known I had high blood pressure problems, but no one's ever done anything about it. And, they kind of walked out and they're like, okay, well, it's not super high, but it's high. It was 145/95 or something. And sorry, people are coming. But then they gave me like 10 minutes maybe, and it was down slightly. It was like 135/85, which they said was still kind of high. So then the doctor comes in and we're talking about me needing blood pressure problems, and then, or needing blood pressure pills. Sorry, I was distracted by the car that just flew by me. But then the rest of the thing was severely based on my depression, and she wanted me to go into details about it. And I sat there and I told her things that I don't tell many people, and it was just kind of the hardest thing. And I cried because, I don't know, I feel like looking at myself, looking at the problems I have, it makes me feel like shit. It makes me feel shitty and worthless because I know I have these problems and I wish I didn't. And I don't know. When she asked me if I had ever done anything to myself, I just kind of lost it. And it was difficult. And then it ended with them bringing in blood work equipment because they did it right there in the office. And if you know me, if you're watching and you know me well, you know, I can imagine that you're already sitting there going, uh-oh, Hannah, blood work, not good. Because I am really, really scared of needles times 10. When a couple years back I had a MRI, but my veins tend to hide, and during this MRI they couldn't get it because they needed contrast and they couldn't get it, and they ended up stabbing me like 11 times. And that was hard. So today, you know, every time someone says needle, I like freak out. Like, what? Needle? No. I'm that person that acts like a little kid and wants to like kick my legs and throw my arms around and scream. And if I could see, I'd probably be the one that would run out of the room screaming. So, when they brought in the blood work equipment, I was just sitting there, my head in my hands going, oh my God, this is happening. We have this long conversation that was super hard for me, and now we're doing this. So we're going from talking about my mental state to now you're jabbing me with needles. And just the whole time, she was really great, the girl that was doing it. I loved her. But every time she kept touching my arms, I kept jumping. I'm just like, oh God. She's like, I don't want to stick the needle in here because I'm not really sure if this is a good place. And then she would touch another spot and she'd be like, I don't know, I feel one, but I don't want to risk it. And I'm just sitting here going, oh my God, please do not stab me more than once. Cannot take this. So she ended up doing it in the back of my hand. And let's be honest, it hurts like hell. It hurts. Then again, my skin is kind of sensitive, so, and she was kind of cute about it. She's like, oh my God, you got it, and you're bleeding well. And I'm like, I'm bleeding. She's like, yeah, we have a couple tubes to go. Only a couple to go. I thought I was gonna pass out. She's like, oh, it's bleeding so well. And I'm just like, great. Okay. Well, and I even told her because before they started it, they're like, oh, do you think you're not going to pass out on us when we do this, are you? I'm like, no, I've never done that before. And I told her when she was working on it, like when she was a tube in, I'm like, yeah, you know how I said I wouldn't pass out? I'm making no promises now because I'm really feeling it. She's like, no, hold on. You're doing so well. You're bleeding fine. I'm like, yeah, that's the problem. That's my problem. My problem is I like my blood in my body. And I know you need it, but it's just not okay with me. So, they did that, and then I came home, but it just, today's been a draining day. And I don't know, there was one point where I just, when she took a notepad out and she said, you know, call this number and this number and this number and this number. this one can help you with this, and this one can help you with this, and this one can help you with that. It made me feel like I was just, I don't know, a problem, a mess, a fucked up mess. Excuse my language. But it's, I don't know. But I'm gonna go for now. But that's today's video.